Alright, so hey guys, I don't know. Figured I would just make uh, another life update video because it's literally been years since the last one. And when I say years, I literally mean years, like 2019. 20th of March 2019 was the last one. So that's real. That's a long hiatus. Yeah, lots of lots of shit has happened since then, obviously. I mean, I'm in a new house. But I don't really think that I've gone into much detail about what happened when I was without my computer because there was a long stretch there where I didn't have it because it was taken away from me. And if we, if I go into my YouTube here, my phone, see on my phone, uh, but essentially there was a long period there where I didn't have the ability to make videos. Man, I have to scroll down pretty far because it's been quite a bit of time since then. There's that video, there's this video, there's this video. There's so many that have happened since then. Some of them are unlisted, so okay, I'm gonna turn down my volume and oh, it's already all the way down. Okay. So the last one I did in the house was June 3rd, 2019, and the one that happened when I got this one is January 15th, 2020. So yeah, that's like quite a long time between. Oh shit. It's quite a long time between those things, you know? Quite a long time. So basically, the last video I made before they took it was my depression video, you know, or the one where I narrated that story that I wrote. Um, they basically took it, and the rest of that was just unending agony waiting for, I guess you could say, getting it back, you know? Um, Back then, I also was still friends with Haven and all these other people that I knew back then, and they're gone now. The only one I'm still in contact with is fucking Moldy, of all people. Like, what the fuck? Who would have thought that? But some major plot points that happened between them then and now. Obviously, Mom was got with Kurt, but that was before they took it, and then of course we moved here into Dallas because before we were in Fayetteville, and we had to. I remember before we even moved here, before I even started moving here, we had to like renovate the house and help renovate the house before we could actually move in to where it was livable. And the first week or so, I think, we were sleeping in the garage on literally the concrete floor because they were too lazy or so. I don't know what the story, I don't remember what the story was there, but like we were sleeping on the fucking concrete floor or some shit because apparently our attitude was bad or some shit. Um, then it escalated into we got our own rooms. Obviously, I wouldn't be in this room if I didn't. But we got our beds in our rooms. We got a bunch of our crap up here, and that was nice. Then, of course, Kurt was just having his whole spiraling downhill of nonsense. Before that happened, we this whole thing happened where it got to the point where they took all of my books because they said I used them as a coping skill too much, despite the fact that that is literally what you're supposed to use a coping skill for, to use it if you feel you need to use it. But okay, keep on with your sanctimonious whining about how I shouldn't be relying on my fucking coping skills. I mean, good God. But they basically took all of them and they forbade me from going to the library, so I was forced to go in secret, which was pretty easy because for a time there, we got home from school and they weren't here, and we had to literally wait for them to get there. So basically, I would just walk to the library because it's literally only like 2 miles. But it's not that far. It's really close by. I basically walked there and stayed for a bit and came back, talked to my friends on the computers there and stuff like that. And it got to the point where I talked to one of my friends on those computers, and he said that he was having some issues that I will not get into here because I respect his privacy, or you know. But then I was so worried about him that the next day at school I was like literally I couldn't work. I was so unfocused. So I basically went to the counselor there, one of the counselors, and talked to her about it. Said that I went to the library without, them allowing me to. And then she went behind my back and told my parents, well, not my parents, but my mom and Kurt, because they were never married. But basically that happened, and I get home and I get called outside, and they say, "So we hear from your school counselor that you went outside, you went to the library and talked to your friends by us telling you not to." Typical shit, you know? Typical shit from back then. And then they say, "This is the final straw. You're going to get all of your shit, and you're going to slit. You're going to get you're going to get like stuff that make you look the bare minimum, and go down into the garage and sleep there." Yep, that happened. And I remember the date. Literally, it's ingrained in my memory. September 13th, 2019 is what I remember the date being. Because that was the day I almost ended my life. So, yeah, you know. Wholesome! You want to know why I almost did it? Because I was pushed over the edge. By that. And even though we went to the fucking hospital, and I had to we stayed there at least shit, and then we got home and they ranted to me about I wasted their time because I went there and didn't go anywhere else because apparently, yeah, God, they still forced me to sleep in the garage. Just, okay, ass wipes, without a blanket or anything, just on this futon that was down there at the time. You know, like good parental figures do. They just force you to do that shit. And then I was in the basement for, I think, at least 2 weeks. I don't remember exactly the length of time it was, but it was a while. And then they got pissed at me for adapting to my circumstances like a human does. Anyway, enough of the past. I'm done with the past. Now we're going to talk about the present because it is October 22nd, 2021, 9:42 a.m. And uh yeah, it's 23rd, 23rd, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So in literally 6 days, it will be my 1 year anniversary with my boyfriend. So that's nice. I've never lasted this long, so I'm really happy about that, not gonna lie. Um, I really don't get, like, I get it, I do, but like, I don't get why I'm like this, where I constantly It's like, oh yes, you should get your life in order. You should get a fucking job because you need to get one. And then then I think about it, and it's like, no, don't do it. It'll only go wrong. Like, I know it's catastrophizing or whatever the fucking word is. I don't remember how to say it, but I know it's something like that. And like, ugh, the ubiquitous rants and lectures I get from my mother about learning how to live on my own and shit. And like, I get it. I'm 19 years old. I'm gonna be 20 next year by this point. And I'm just like, dude, I get it. I really do. I really get it. I know I need to get my shit in order. But my motivation, man, it just won't let me. I don't know what is holding me back. I'm sorry I keep looking this way. It's just, all my, there's like two stacks of my books there. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There's seven here that I got on my birthday. And then the other three that I got are over on my bed behind the pillow. Yeah, I got 10. I wanted to get more because I'm a bookworm, and yeah, but I couldn't because I ran out of my money, my birthday money for it. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, I'm just stuck in a perpetual loop of my mind realizing, hey, you need to do this. You need to go out there and get your life in order. And then the next second, it's like, no, young man, you're gonna stay like this for the rest of your life. And that's the end of it. And I'm like, no, I can't. Change is necessary to grow. And yeah, I wish that she would just, help me. Despite, I know why she doesn't. It's like, you need to do it on your own. You need to learn how to do it on your own without anyone else's help. And like, I understand that because there's gonna come a point where I'm alone in the world. And that terrifies me beyond belief. I'm not gonna lie. That legitimately scares me. Because I don't think I can handle that. Yeah, the thought of living on my own is a terrifying concept to me. I mean, who knows? I might be able to live in with Jeremiah, and then we can live together, and all that shit might happen. But who knows what might happen between now and then? Who says we'll be together? Like, anything could happen, and I don't know. It's just, it's a never-ending cycle of my mind beating me up. It's weird because, like, the previous life updates were me walking around outside the house and all that shit. But that's only because I could do that. I could only do that because there were trees on all sides of the house, so no one could see me walking around and talking to myself. Here, in this area, there's literally houses surrounding us, people surrounding us. So if I just go out there with this thing, walking around talking to myself, people will think I'm crazy. And I'm like, who fucking cares? But then, like, I realize, yeah, I can't. I don't want my mom to get in trouble for that or people to start talking to her about me disturbing the peace or something because Lance is a fucking asshole. He's our next door neighbor. He's our next door neighbor to this direction of us, and he is a self-righteous, arrogant asshole who thinks he owns the neighborhood because he's lived here the longest. A fucking asswipe. Just those type of people make me want to fucking punch him in the face so hard they can't get up again. So basically kill him, but whatever. I hate him. He's such a hypocrite. He's such an asshole. He's a Kevin. He's a fucking Kevin. But yeah, my grandmother got me this for my birthday this year. It's a silver coin. It's from this year. Apparently, it's $1. Don't know how that works, but okay. She said it's some kind of investment. I don't fucking know how that works, but sure. It's a fucking coin. And I don't think it's a silver coin at that. We don't use those anymore. We don't use anything like that anymore, so I don't get how that could be useful or anything. Besides the fact that she's a fucking bigot, so, you know. I don't want to hear you talk about parents like that. Shut the fuck up, Mom. I'll talk about your parents over the fuck I want. At least when you're not around. Because they are literal ass wipes that I literally could not give two shits about. I mean, I do give two shits about them because of my family, but like, still, they're assholes. They're homophobic, racist idiots. Like genuinely racist, not the neoliberal term racist where any dissent is racist. No, I'm talking about actual racism. They use the N word on a regular basis, so what the fuck? That was a noise. I hope no one broke in or anything. I'm gonna scare myself to death with those. What the fuck? I'm gonna be back. Okay, so I'm at a loss for what that was. It sounded like dishware being slammed, so that's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up with just, I don't know, just, um, I guess the next video for VN will come out soon. I don't know when, but it will, so have a good day, guys. Fuck off now.